you. Thank you, AZ. Thank you, AZ. And thank you to the Positive Coaching Alliance for this recognition. Jeff Dale, keep doing all the great work that you're doing. This is a wonderful night, and what you stand for and what you set out to set as an example throughout all youth sports is greatly appreciated and recognized as work that is very, very important for our youth here in Colorado. So thank you, everybody associated with the Positive Coaching Alliance. I am going to tear this up and just go through it because I see some weary eyes and a couple of little kids. It's past their bedtime. But, you know, I want everybody to know the Broncos are committed to improving lives in our community and youth sports in one of our strategic focus areas, and that is something that we focus in. It's centered around football, obviously, and here's John. He's come back to his seat. I thought he'd had enough and was going home. But John Andrew, one of tonight's award winners, started a program with us back in 2008. I think we're in our 14th year. It's called Futures Football, and it connects middle school kids, for those of you here that don't know this, it gets them playing football and feeds them right into the DPS high school football system. And I think we average somewhere around 300 kids a year, maybe a little bit more. And we put thousands of kids through this program, and they come up and they play at West, and they play at Manual, and they play at East, and they play at all the DPS schools. And it's been a great feeder system. The coaches have acknowledged that, I think. And the cornerstone of that program is John himself. And so I just want everybody to give him a hand. I know he got the award earlier. He's done a great job with that. You know, they asked me to talk a little bit about my experiences and maybe some feelings about youth sports. And my personal ones go back long before anybody here at this dinner was born. So I won't talk about mine, but I do have 3 children, and they're grown adults now, and they grew up here. They're 25 years old, 27, and 29, and they all played youth sports right up through high school. One of them ascended, and the middle child is a daughter. She played college lacrosse. She played high school lacrosse and high school field hockey here. And I asked her once, you know, who was the most influential coach that you had? And I thought it might be her college coach, but she quickly went to her high school coach. And it was a field hockey coach at Kent Denver. Her name was Kathy James, and there are probably some people here that are familiar with Kathy. She was tough, she was calm, she was firm, and she was fair. And the other thing that she attribute that she had was she was a great teacher. And when I go to, you know, sometimes during the week, well, every week now during the season, I try to go down to practice at the Broncos and watch our team. And I don't say anything because that would be detrimental to the practice, other than asking guys how they're doing and how their families are, and just try and connect on a human level with some of the players and even some of the coaches. But I spend a lot of time just watching and observing. And the one thing that I see in all of our players, what they want out of their coaches, is they want to be taught. They want to learn from them. Even at a position at the highest level, making all that money, you'd think they know it all by the time they get to the NFL. That's not the case. And I think that's really one of the key elements in coaching that I've seen with the kids that as I watch my kids grow up, the best coaches, and there are many of them in this room, and that panel that you heard from earlier tonight was unbelievable. You talk about outstanding coaches. I can tell just by listening to them, all 4 of them, they're outstanding teachers as well. And so that's a component of coaching that I think is really important in youth sports. You know, you hear all the stories about you hear a lot of the negative stories, right? These coaches are wild, they're crazy, they don't do things the right way. You don't hear enough about the good ones. And that's really what tonight stands for. That's what PCA stands for. That's what everybody out here who's a coach, you're here. That's what you all stand for. And I see some of the leaders in youth sports. I see Ray Baker in the back with Gold Crown. I see everybody doing things the right way here in this room. So keep that up. keep doing that. The Broncos will stay committed to youth sports. That's one of our key initiatives, as I said to you earlier. Allie Engelken is here, our Executive Director of Community Development, and she is the driver of all of this, and I assure you she never lets anything go. Things get accomplished under Allie. Allie, thank you for this. Thank you for your contributions to the community. And lastly, you know, I accept this honor humbly on behalf of the Broncos. We'll continue to do our part, I know, for years to come when it comes to youth sports. And thank you to all of you for your contributions here tonight and beyond. Thank you very much.